Look at, oh my God, he is giving it all he's got. Travis Hunter deserves the Heisman. Why? Because I think it's cool, son. But let's get into the actual stats and facts. Let's talk about who, quote unquote, deserves the Heisman. We're going to look at some stats. We're going to look at the odds. We're going to look at the poly market because you know he's been on fire. We're going to look at a few different things. Maybe even go over some highlights and see who really deserves the Heisman in 2024 as it stands heading into week 12, 11. Which one is it? I don't know. This college football season is melting away and this is making me very sad. We're going to look at Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Dillon Gabriel, and Ashton Jeanty's stats. Look at the facts, look at some things that they can get done here and see who really deserves the Heisman. And of course, the most important thing is that I asked you guys who deserves the Heisman. I asked you if Travis Hunter deserves the Heisman. I'm going to read y'all's comments, see how y'all felt there, and go from there, man. I appreciate y'all so much watching these videos. If you enjoy the videos, please like it. If you don't, please dislike it. If y'all want to watch this content, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and chill with us. First thing first, check out the poly market. Right now, it looks that Cameron Ward is in a nice, cool, clean lead when it comes to the wild world of Heisman. Dillon Gabriel underneath, and goddamn Travis Hunter right behind them. And then when you look at on three, that their odds that they have, which is from FanDuel, they got Travis Hunter and Cam Ward with the same odds. And then they got Dillon Gabriel right underneath them and Ashton Jeanty. So I think the most important thing to talk about, or the most interesting thing for me to talk about, is the fact that Ashton Jeanty went from almost a shoe-in, like week 4, week 5, averaging like 300 yards, 200 yards every single game, to now he's about the 4th, right? And as something that is known as the quarterback award, right? And I used to think it used to be the quarterback and running back award. Now it literally is just the quarterback award. That being the Heisman. It seems like running backs got to run through they have to go through infinity and beyond. I mean, Boise State is they're successful. Ashton Jeanty is like 8 straight games averaging 100 yards, which is like a whole new a record-breaking thing. We're gonna get into that. But hey, Dillon Gabriel's only like a few touchdowns away from having the most touchdowns thrown of all time. Like there's a lot of record-breaking guys here. Cam Ward's going on an absolute elite run. When you talk about yards, touchdowns, like the effectiveness and efficiency, you can talk about Miami team being a little shaky. You can't say anything about that Miami offense because it is a well-oiled machine that Cam Ward is conducting with effectiveness. And then Travis Hunter is just a specimen. Holy moly, guacamole, jumping up and down like Spider-Man. I like to see it, okay? Have you seen this man? Boogie Woogie in a onesie. Everything he does is phenomenally athletic, so it's hard for me to really pull away. Let's look at some more odds and things here, odds and ends, and get a little deeper into the situation. This little throw right here, we're gonna... Let's look at the stat. Let's look at the vidges first, and then we're gonna look at the stats, because I think that's boring. We want to have a good time, all right, not a long time. So first things first, this play right here, people are saying this is amazing. Why is it so amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I'm gonna help you out here, as if you needed help. What he does on this little, what seems to be an RPO situation, right? Is he look where his eyes are. He's staring right at this probably outside receiver, staring. As soon as he gets this guy sitting in this hook defender, gets him bailing. Oh, he already knows where he's throwing it. Look where his eyes are. He's looking at him in his soul, son. But it don't matter because I'm throwing a no-look laser right behind you as to replace. That is called throwing with anticipation. That's called manipulating the defense. That's called understanding and knowing the play that's being thrown to effectively do what needs to get done there. Cam Ward is the leader for a reason. Let's get into a few more of these stats and statistics. Ashton Jeanty now has 20 rushing touchdowns on the season, and he hasn't even played 8 full games. Just giving you some crazy stats and facts. Ashton Jeanty level performance by Creighton Star. I want you to know Ashton Jeanty is being used as an adjective now. Come on now. Ashton Jeanty has scored 126 points. Florida State has only scored 119 in the whole year. So that's more. I'm sorry. That's just Florida State. Y'all are sad. Ashton Jeanty, 8th consecutive game with 100 yards. That is the school record. And remember, Jay Ajayi came from this school. Like, they've had some great running backs in Boise State. I don't want things to get mixed up or twisted up. People are saying there's 2 Heisman candidates, but look at this. Look at how he's doing what he's doing. This is a game 7. Okay, he's a little behind right now, actually. actually. In Game 7, he's a little bit behind old Barry Sanders because he had that big 320 and 304. So it looks like he needs himself a few 300-yard games to really catch up on Barry. But for a second there, he was leading pretty good. Let's take a peek at some more highlights. Sorry that they're so cooked. There's a thing called copyright that I'm not trying to get annihilated by. Really? So, did he just? That is like an emergency hurdle. He has that in his emergency toolbox. He accidentally did that one. He instinctively just hurdled over a man and then put his fist through somebody's goddamn skull. We're gonna have to do this slow, son. You know what we gotta do. Slow it down here. Boom. Okay. What does Ashton do? He hits a hole. I just want to read this from the beginning, right? Boom. Looks like we're doing a little bit of zone action here. Makes one cut. Someone meets him in the hole, but he ain't doing enough. Arm tackle, leg tackle, another arm tackle, a few more people. He's whispering sweet nothings in their ear. And guess what happens next? He's out of there. That's a touchdown, son. He had 17 bodies around him, and he ended in the zone of all end zones. Speaking of going against an elite defense that, by all regards, is an elite defense, let's watch what Boise State does. Let's watch how Boise State operates here. Boom. The Ashton-shaped Boise State, the Boise State Ashton Jeanty's, look at a beautiful hold, though. Look what these Idaho boys are doing. Moving bodies up front. And then Ashton says, hey, pop, 3 steps. That boy is 3 yards. And I don't think anybody's going to touch him. And he's just gone. He's off to the races. That's just elite speed against elite D1 speed. Everyone on Oregon's a dang track star, son, and he's doing phenomenal stuff. Enough Ashton Jeanty, man. Let's look at some Cam Ward stuff. He does in fact do this 2 to 3 times a game. Now a lot of people say that Mr. Cam, I'm gonna do that slow speed. A lot of people say Mr. Cam Ward, the issue is, or his problem is that sometimes he takes clean pockets and holds the ball too long, forces some things, and that's sometimes what Shedeur Sanders also gets caught up. And they have the same quarterback coach, so that's interesting. But I think it's really that they have the same mindset, and I think that mindset is that they can make every single play. Luckily for Cam Ward, he's got some playmakers around, and he also has a dang Restrepo that helps a lot. So the way that he does things, and this Miami offensive line, give them credit. Do you see this? Do you see this pocket? I mean, I know he's running around and dancing about, but I mean, this is a pretty clean pocket, and they're staying active. But he is a psychopath running around and twirling around. He's phenomenal to see. Some people might call it a negative. I think it's just phenomenal football, and I think it's a great, exhilarating time. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Cam Ward has 33 total touchdowns this season. That surpasses the total offensive touchdowns of 95 FBS teams. Man, wow. Just another ridiculous play here. Let's slow it down so hopefully we can, so we can do what we need to do. Look at, oh my God. Yo, he does whatever he wants with that ball, boy. But let's not forget Mr. Dillon Gabriel, who seems to be a bit of a dark horse in the popular vote, but not when it comes to statistics. Dillon Gabriel is just 2 scores away from breaking the NCAA all-time touchdown record for Mr. Case Keenum. This is phenomenal. This is not a guy that's just a guy. This is a guy, and the Cam Ward brigade had a lot to say. This is not a guy that's just a guy. I think this is a guy that has a lot of explosiveness in him, and I think we give and even the reason why he's up obviously is because he's leading the regard of such an explosive offense. So people can kind of count him out there, but I think he does enough explosive things with his feet to be able to really be considered that. And I mean, he does what he needs to do on the with his hands too, with his arm too. But I think what he does with his legs is really what separates him. The fact that he can step up here, make a step. I think this is actually this was a draw. Never mind. This is a draw. He steps up here and just decisively gets it done here. He's very explosive, very fast. I don't want to count out Dillon Gabriel at all. Look at the ball placement. Can we see it one more time? Look at that ball placement. Absolutely absurd. So do not put it past him, right? So let's look at these season leaders, and then we're going to get into some of the stats. Number 1 offensive leader, passing-wise, is still Jackson Dart with a cool little comfy lead over Cam Ward. Not very comfy, but Cam Ward had 3.146. He's doing amazing things. What is this? When we go into rushing leaders, Ashton Jeanty is still the king in the castle above Caleb Johnson, who is also pretty phenomenal as well, having him a great season 2. Receiving wise, Mr. McMillan is still going off for a cool 1,000 yards. This dude's going to make a lot of money in the NFL. It seems that Colorado. Travis Hunter is no longer top 10 when it comes to receiving yards. He was top 10 for the most part of the season. He is now top 20 when it comes to receiving yards. So something interesting to think about there. Getting deeper into his stats game by game. Obviously, 9 receptions for 153 last game. They just came off the bye, so they haven't played in a while. 2 receptions for 17, 3 for 26, 9 for 89, and 7 for 130. Whenever he is used, it's absolutely explosive. And then, do they not have his defensive? You don't got his defensive play. Where are his defensive? What's it called? Yeah, I mean, where are his defensive joints? He got too many stats to even look at. Cam Ward, though, I mean, just. How about where's his game log? Where's his game? There it is. How about 400, 208, 319, 437, 343? And Cam Ward did this cool thing against Duke where he just decided to throw a late interception so he could then end up throwing 5 interceptions and doing all this phenomenal stuff. So, hey, man, he's a man who enjoys and wants you to enjoy really fun college football. How can you hate him? That's where his stats look at right now when it comes to the gosh dang season. Wait, where's his full season stats? Just have his just straight season stats. Oh, here it is right here. 322, 67% completion percentage. Already threw for 3,146, 9.8 average, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 77 long, 175 rating. Ashton Jeanty has a lot of yards, 1,508, 20 yards, 77 long, 14 receptions for 81. And I think we already talked about his game log, 259, 186, 217, 128, 149. Dillon Gabriel, on the other hand, seems to be the dang picture of decent consistency as we see here. 294 64, 291 69, 290 for 84 completion percentage, 341 with 67, 257 for 62.5. So I love his legs, but don't get it counted out for Mr. Dillon Gabriel. He is consistent when it comes to using his arm to get the job done in the game, so don't go to him out. I said, does Travis Hunter deserve the Heisman? Y'all had a lot of things to say. Shedeur should be higher. Interesting. He wants Shedeur higher than Curtis Rook. The big thing here about the Indiana quarterback, I mean, when you're leading a winning team, an undefeated team, you're going to get a lot of credit there. So, it is what it is. People really treating the Heisman like the quarterback award. I thought it was supposed to be the best football player. When you have a player like Travis putting numbers like he does on both sides of the ball, yeah, he should get it. Whomever put this poll together is trying to play mental gymnastics with everyone. You can do a quick Google search, and it will show that Cam Ward is clearly the current lead this week. Yeah, I don't care. I'm pushing propaganda. Caleb Johnson should be considered. This guy is special. They hate running backs. It doesn't matter. Dylan Sampson being on this list and not Caleb Johnson is weird work. Cam for the Heisman, the way he turned the Miami team around is greatness. Once upon a time, people thought Carson Beck was number 1. I got a whole video for that because Carson Beck is going out superly duper sad. Is there a trophy better than the Heisman? There's never been a player like him. Diego Pavia in my books, okay. Where the F is Shedeur Sanders at 6? He should be at least number 5. The only reasonable choice. Any other year, Jeanty would be the only reasonable choice. I will be big mad if a quarterback gets it. And by the odds, it's looking like they want the quarterback to get it. Y'all go down below in the comments. Tell me, who is your Heisman pick? Does Caleb Johnson need more respect? Does Shedeur Sanders need more respect? Is Travis Hunter the guy? Does Travis Hunter deserve the Heisman? Y'all let me know. Y'all be amazing. Y'all be great. Y'all be beautiful. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe and enjoy beautiful college football content. Enjoy this week, man. We'll see you next time. Peace.